Alright, welcome back friends. Time for another OPR run through, but this time I am grouped up with the OGHyppemaster. Yeah, so I've been having a dueling session with him and we decided to come in and just see how well I was doing at OPR, because I was telling him that I've got a video series going and I've been dueling a lot, I've been getting really good at the duels, and I swear that that has meant that I've been doing better in OPR. And OG's always been the type of guy that's done better than me in the OPR, so he was like, well, let's go in and see how well you're doing, because if you're closer to me in score now, obviously you have improved, so that's kind of why I'm here. So after a little bit of running around the outside, we finally go in. I get some good dinks in here. Managed to get the killing blows on a few of them, which is kind of lucky. So there's one dink, so we just cream that group, and then there's some other guys over here on the left that we run to. Another dink, and then yeah, it's pretty much just clean up time at this point. And then there's my third dink. So I got pretty lucky in the old dink department there. So now it's just a matter of pushing out and going up to get the triple cap. Yeah, so just to go over again what I just said. If you're new to the channel and this is the first time you've watched a video, I've got a dueling series. And the point of the dueling series was to see if you could get better in other areas of the game if you get good at dueling. So I invested a lot of hours into dueling. Over the last week, I have kind of had it off, but I'm going to be getting back into it now. And yeah, so I've been getting pretty decent at dueling, and I swear that has been reflecting in my OPR score, etc. And so OG's always done better than me in terms of scores in war and OPRs. So we thought it would be like a good little test, fun test. This isn't serious or anything, but a fun little test to see if I was closer to him now. But you can see that we're in mid now, and again, it's just cleanup time at the moment. There's only a couple of them, but you can see OG calling out now, going get back in. So there's obviously a lot of reds about to push in, which you can see them coming through the front door now. So basically, right now, it's a matter of just stopping the tide as they come in, and just trying to make sure that as they come in little chunks, we wipe those chunks out. Take a little bit of damage there, so I pull away, get into the heals to get my heals back up, and then it's a decision of whether we push out or not. Sorry if my voice sounds a little bit fucked, but I just had a COVID booster shot, and I'm having a bit of feeling a bit fevery and a little bit nauseous, so I'm definitely not operating at 100% right now, but you know, for you guys, I'll go through the effort and make a video. So I'm just getting pinged by blunderbuss and bows and muskets or something, shooting from range. So I just come back in to break that line of sight and get my health back up. And then I come back out, and the one good thing I've noticed in this between me and OG is we tended to go for the same targets a lot. Like without even having to say anything, we tended to pick the same targets. So I thought that was quite promising in terms of target selection, that we had a similar thought process. So at the moment, we're just XP1ing these guys, which is the best thing to do. Get to wipe out their team, low risk to yourself, but high risk obviously for them. But their group comes down. I start taking a lot of damage here, so and I just get caught in a stun chain. So but luckily I'm standing in heals, so it's able to see me through a lot of the damage I'm taking. But again, just within that fight, I just try to back up a little bit, just to get my cooldowns off, get my health back up. Now we're the outnumbered ones, and yeah, ends up in us being wiped. So we come back to mid, and their team's pushing down. So they managed to get Moon back, and now it's the same thing. So what I'm trying to do is capture them as they come through, so we can sort of kind of kill them off piece by piece as they try to come through. But you've got to be a little bit careful. I'm standing to the side a little bit so I can't get pinged by every bow person, every musket person that's in there. I see our healing ring, so I jump into that and pick a fight with this guy, because obviously I'm getting healed and they're not, so I finish him off. And then it's just cleanup time. We've got a couple more people left, but like we've got about 100 million melees in the middle, so we just kick them out. This just goes to show though how a group of melees is always going to, and everyone says this, everyone knows this, a group of melees is always going to beat a group of anything else, just because you can just like essentially really dominate areas, yeah, with the amount of damage you put out and all the AoEs that you have, so, and the group's done, so yeah, it's good. He does a nice little clear out on us, knocks everyone back. But I just want to also say that sometimes I think ranged people get this idea that melee's really easy because, you know, all you do is light attack, or, you know, they'll kind of get attacked by 5 melee and then just get rickrolled because it'll be a group of, 4 melee with a healer. But what people need to realize is, I think, with melee, there's so many more things you have to think about, especially if you're playing a Bruiser solo. See, if you're playing a Bruiser in a group with other Bruisers and you get heals, it's a hell of a lot easier. And, you know, any little mistake you make is pretty much going to be softened by the fact that the healer's going to be healing you. But when you're solo, you've got no mobility. You've got to be thinking about where the heals are. You know, if you have any heals, you have to be thinking about all sorts of things because you're jumping right in the middle of the fight. You can't just sort of run away if someone gets near you. So you need to be thinking about, you know, if you've got enough cooldowns to get away. Just so many more micro factors you have to consider than if you're playing range. So I think there's a bit of a some range people get a little angry, you know, with these groups of people that play melee, and then they think it's like easy mode. But I, you know, 100% disagree with that. I think melee is definitely the hardest when you're playing solo. Maybe Dex is a little easier because you've got the big rolls and the light armor, but yeah, medium armor Bruiser, hard. It's very hard. And that's kind of why I like it though, because I like it that you have to think about a lot of things. Alright, so we wipe everyone around the outside after defending mid, so now take 2, we're pushing into Moon to get them off. So once again we come into mid and there's only a couple of people actually in here, and we've got the melee train going, so once again it's just cleanup time really, so I focus on this guy. This guy's good. At least he's the only person willing to come in and fight us. I respect that. You know? Looks like I said, like that guy's by himself. He's playing a Bruiser. He's hard work. So we cap Moon. So we've triple capped them at this point. So it's not looking good for them. I come up to the top to sort of see what's happening. But you can see that their whole team is essentially heading off down to Sun. So I sort of say, hey, let's go down there. And so off we go on our little journey to defend them. Now this could be a bit of a problem because some of our team's probably gone up to spawn camp as they tend to do, and so now we might be outnumbered. So long story short, on our way down we suddenly realised that the Baron comes up, so we've come over to the Baron. We don't bother to defend Sun, and then a whole bunch of them are coming in, so me and OG go to try to defend the opening so they can't get in. And then luckily we're getting some heals, so it's really good. So we're basically just trying to stop these guys from getting in so we can get the Baron. So I'm taking a hell of a lot of damage from all the range, so I back up. And then old OG, bless his soul, throws a gravity well on me to give me that extra bit of fortify. And I'm just backing up trying to get my cooldowns off, get that slow off me, get my health back up, and then I come back in. Now they're on him, so now it's my turn to try to protect him. Unfortunately my gravity well gets eaten up. But yeah, again, we just outnumber them, so we're able to whittle them down. But the legend who is Bukes, the Chad Bukes, once again, the only guy who's willing to come in and actually fight in the middle. So, good job there. But yeah, not much he's going to be able to do against 10 of us. So then, yeah, we just clear out Baron. So once we come back from Baron, we've got Sun back, but they've taken Moon back. We see a whole bunch of them over here. So once again, I come into this big clump fight. Chuck my gravity well on them, get some of them in a stun, but yeah, they just get wiped out from all the melee once again. Got a mage sitting up the top there trying to 2 meteor on us. And then it's just cleanup time, but of course now we're cleaning up all the decks, so they kind of tend to scatter like cockroaches. But we finish them off because he gets caught by us. Time I realised that OGs are fighting someone else, so I come back over to help him, but they've all been wiped. So then we see a whole bunch of people standing up on the rocks there, so we go to engage with them. So after Leech Path of Destiny and that one guy come into a fight again. And yeah, once again, it's just, I mean, this is the best way to fight. XV1ing, we've got heals down. I know it's a little cheesy sometimes, but I mean, it's just low risk. Like, we wipe their team out. We don't have to take any damage. So yeah, and you can see we're all kind of clumped up nicely. Got good heals, so it's all kind of good. I don't know why this guy suddenly decided at that point in time, it's like, oh, all my teammates have just been wiped out. So I'll jump down now, one of me, and fight 10 of them. I don't know what the thinking was there. He was standing up there safely the whole time watching his teammates die. Anyway, get a nice big grab while on this clump. My shockwave should have been a little bit closer, but yeah, they're obviously taking a lot of damage from everyone else, so we wipe them. Just taking a little bit of damage again, so from the range, so just stand in the heals a little bit to get my health back up, throw a Path of Destiny down to get the heal from that, and then I realized that some people are attacking our healers in the back line, so I just kind of try to go and attack them to back them up a little bit, because you've got to look after your healers, do you know what I mean? Then I get caught in a stun, but I just keep pushing because I want to fight in that big clump right there. Don't manage to catch anyone in that stun, but I do a Maelstrom, do some damage there. Then I do the most epic charge of all time and finish that guy off. And then once again we find ourselves in the position of cleaning up, you know, with all the heals. So this poor little healer didn't sort of see that there was no one left to heal. Oh, but they're sort of coming back out, and once again I'm taking a lot of range damage. I think it's the blunderbuss that's doing a lot of damage, so I go stand in the heals to fight their melee, because yeah, nice standing in heals. So you can see here, I'm trying to fight them, popping some potions, and I'm just moving from heal to make sure that I'm getting them. I try to do a little escape down the side here, because it was going to be too much trouble. Just trying to get people that off our healers and out of the backlines. OG charges in like a crazy man, and then I suddenly realize, wait, the score's 976, and if he just charges in and does a big damage to the clump, you know, he's got those extra bit of points over me. So I see this big fat clump here. I go in, try to do as much damage as I can quickly, but yeah, I end up getting obviously killed. So I respawn, and yeah, the game finishes. And so now is the time where I found out how well I did against OG. See if like I really have improved. I mean, this was just a bit of fun. But yeah, you can see I get a little excited. It's the first time ever I actually managed to get a little higher than him, although he had more kills. So I'd say we did pretty evenly, but that's just still a really good sign. Because you have to realize, up until now, he's always been 3 or 4 places ahead of me. So I felt like that was, I was quite stoked about that. And it just tends to show that these duels have actually been helping me in OPR like I thought it was. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much for watching this, and